What is going on, family, fellow renegades? We are back. We are getting back into doing some Ren reactions on the reg. Apparently, there's a lot of stuff out here in the Ren universe that I still have not got into yet, so that we need to make it a purpose effort to more or less try to make sure that we hit all these things that are coming out in the Ren universe as we're waiting for new music to come out. So there's been a few of you out there in the Renegade universe that have already reminded me that there is quite a bit to get into. That I was like, is there really that much stuff that I haven't listened to yet? And they're like, oh yeah, there is. And I was like, okay, well, let's try to get into it then. And so today, Yolita, shout out to her, is going to get us kicked off with this little Ren path, if we will. So we're going to start with Masochist. Shout out to her again for being a patron member of the channel. We're going to start out with Masochist, and I need you guys to let me know in the comments what the next song that we should do is. Obviously, if I've already done the song, we're going to wait and do those till like revisit later, because there's probably some ones that we probably need to revisit at some point, I think, for sure. But we definitely need to go with the ones that I haven't done yet. So we need to hit all the big push stuff. We need to hit basically everything in the Ren universe that we have not hit yet. So apparently there's a whole bunch of stuff that we haven't even seen yet. So again, I think we're only like 30-something videos into Ren, so apparently there's a lot more to still get into. We're still doing the chapters. We're going to have at least one of those out at least every week, and we're going to continue to do these Ren songs and have these ones out at least every week as well. So let's continue in this journey, friends. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and check out Masochist.
Murder, there's a killer on the beat. Animal flow, a cannibal, and it's time to eat. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed sting like a bee. Float like a butterfly, then crucify the bee. Okay, let's switch to roleplay. I'll be the court case, you be OJ. Apply the pressure, right to the letter on the probate. My flow is cocaine, slapped by the key G. That's the sound of the police.
He is so entertaining when he gets in this bag, man. Where it's like, if you're not gonna give me like some crazy like hard bars, right? You know, he still mixes them in there. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's not the same kind of energy, but like it's still like this, like just it gives you a lot of like this fucking like let's go energy still. Does that make sense? Where I feel like it's really difficult to kind of get into that pocket as far as like, you know, this kind of music. But I feel like Ren is like, again, on. I say it all the time. He is like the one who kind of like is like he's the one who does it for me. You know what I mean? Everybody else kind of gets into that bag and just don't come across as authentic. And it doesn't come across as hard. You know what I mean? I feel like he's just the anomaly in that way.
Kill. Murder, there's a killer on the beat. Animal flow,
on the beat. I love it.
Cannibal, and it's time to eat. Eeny, meeny.
And it's time to eat. I love it.
Murder, there's a killer on the beat. Animal flow, a cannibal, and it's time to eat. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed sting like a bee. Float like a butterfly, then
Hold on. I gotta pay attention. That might have went over my head.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Mohammed sting like a.
He said Muhammad sting like a bee in the middle. That's what I'm saying. I missed that Muhammad line. I was like, okay, yeah, he really did tie it all together there.
Bee, float like a butterfly, then crucify the bee. Okay, let's switch to roleplay. I'll be the court case, you be OJ. Apply the pressure, right to the letter on the probate. My flow is cocaine, slapped by the key G. That's the sound of the police. Fuck the police, coming straight out of Brighton town. Watch me run around.
Oh my god, when he starts getting into that like repping Brighton stuff, I don't know, that's hard. I don't even know what Brighton is in the great wide world. I just know it's in England somewhere, right? That's all I know. I don't even know how close it is to London. I have no idea. If you pointed to a map, I had no idea where Brighton was. That's how poor my geography in the UK is. That's for damn sure. But I love how he reps a set like that. You know what I'm saying? Not that Brighton is a set, but you know what I mean.
He's coming straight out of.
He repping the city. Fuck the police coming straight out of Brighton.
Fuck the police coming straight out of Brighton town. Watch me run around with a supersonic ultrasound. I came to bring the pain and turn it back around. Hi, my name is Kill. I'm fucking up your town. Murder, third-degree burns when I murder you, serving your blood curdling car.
Oh my god, I love how they switch up when he switches up the little beat with the little like the little like piano keys or whatever in the background. Hard. Murder, third degree burns when I murder you, serving your blood curdling, carving it to the curvature. Oh my God, he getting his little M&M Slim Shady bag with the curdling and spurtling and the wordling. You know what I mean? He getting that Slim Shady bag right now.
When the murder you're serving, your blood curdling, carving it to the curvature, vertebra hurting you, breaking your bones to make my furniture, jerking and murking you, certainly body back burning you.
Body vibe, zip, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist. Body vibe, zip, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist.
Kill the labels, kill the vultures, kill your greed and kill Jehovah. Kill the broken infrastructure, kill your ego, kill your culture. Kill your masters, kill your maker, kill the dawning of creation. Kill your mother, kill your father, kill yourself and kill your karma. Kill, samsara, reincarnate, reach nirvana. Kill your lover, kill your partner, kill the ones that push you farther. Kill your idols, kill your gods, kill the prophets, kill them often. Kill the one upon the cross. Kill the butcher, kill the baker, kill the tinker, kill the tailor. Kill the soldier, kill the sailor, love thyself and kill thy neighbor. Kill the power, kill the lies, kill the minutes like a blind. Kill these metaphors I write to all attachments in this life. Kill. I've been hollow in my sorrow, swallow Morpheus pill. I can feel, body start to pill. I don't feel real, for real. My mind is ill and it makes me wanna kill.
Body vibe, zip, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the...
Oh my God. By the time he comes back to that body bag zip, oh my God, that shit is fucking hard, fam. It's fucking hard. How does he do this? You know, I've been saying for a hot minute that I've been a big hip-hop fan for a while, and I never really get into that much hip-hop on the channel. I really don't. When we get into... We've done a few artists, a very few, and Ren has definitely been the most consistent in terms of like what I would say when he does hip-hop stuff in his music, right? Where there's so many rappers and artists out here where it's just like, you ain't saying nothing that catches my attention. You ain't saying nothing that just like, oh, that was a good line. That was a good bar. Oh, you made me think there. There's just so much bland chicken out there in the world. But never with Ren. Never with it. This whole thing about the kill everything, that whole sequence, I was like, what is he going for here? You know what I mean? Where I'm like, I think that like again, it makes you think. So for me, I think what I took away from that section, at least on the first listen, right, with that, you know, you renegades out here, obviously, you obviously know, you can sit here and tell me all day long, oh, this was a specific to this and that, right? I know y'all know. But first listen, without rewinding it back, how it hit me the first time going through this, it made me really think about the idea and the fact of, like, I've been thinking a lot about this same thing lately. Where it's like everything that, so much of your feelings that we have about certain things in the world are learned behaviors. Like when he was saying about like, you know, kill your gods, kill your this, kill your mom, kill your dad. That's all things that were like taught or learned behavior to feel about something, right? Your mom and dad taught you that this was right and this was wrong, whether they were right or wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's mom and dad taught them what was right and wrong, and then you feel some sort of way about those particular things about being right or wrong because somebody taught you how to feel that way. It wasn't necessarily nature. It wasn't natural feelings that those things were sometimes wrong. You had to learn that they were wrong, right? So when you think about that, and you tie that into like everything that we've like, you know, with, again, the strong feelings that you have, whether it's about like religious perspectives, right? Or like, you know, political leaders of countries, leaders of nations, all these kinds of things, right? When they tell you how to feel about something and that's how you feel about it, I feel like that's what this whole kill your this, right, is kind of talking about that, where it's like, you have to put all your ego, all that stuff, you have to put all that aside to really look about what is nature versus nurture that way. What are the real roots of what is right and wrong? Because like, that is debatable. It really is. When you boil it down, if you just would clean slate everything and dropped everybody would have a different opinion about what is right and or wrong. And that is society, right? That's what's fascinating about it all. It's like we all have such strong feelings and emotions, but where do those really come from? Is that natural, or is it something that you were taught or taught how to feel about? It's kind of interesting when you really think about it. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I took away from that entire section was like this, like the idea of like killing all the preconceived stuff in your mind and looking at it really from an objective perspective of, again, more like I think about this all the time in terms of religion. How are you as an individual in one part of the world that you were raised and you heard nothing but X religion and you believe wholeheartedly in that? Who are you to say that the same person in a different country that went through the same environment, that you got it right and they got it wrong? Same exact situations, same wholehearted feelings, same family environment that all believe. You see what I'm saying? But you might, as the individual, be like, oh, well, because I believe this, they are obviously wrong. That's the idea of stripping all that ego, all that self-belief, and really, you see what I'm saying? Is it better for me now than it's better for you because you believe differently than me? Again, like I said, when you really boil it down and you're really looking about what the betterment for all of humanity, you got to strip a lot of that away and look at it from an objective perspective that way. Does that make sense? Like I said, if anything, he gonna give you some bars that are gonna make you think about some shit. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on in a Ren song, he is going to give you something to think about, something to talk about. And again, he mixes in like a good like metaphors and just like double, triple entendres from time to time. Like it's just the way he pieces everything together is very meticulous. And that's what I'm saying. You watch, I'm a kind of over Cat in the Hat rhymes. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, okay, if I can do that, you didn't put a lot of thought behind it. You know what I mean? Like even the Muhammad Ali Sting Like a Bee line, and the way he tied all the bars together to paint the entire picture of why those words made sense in the sequence that they were being used. That's a fucking pen. You know what I mean?
Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist. Body bag, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist.
The host with the most, the force of 10 men. Rope on my throat, I flow like ocean. Provoking the ghost, ferocious old men. Choking the Pope, how well you know Ren. Could he be him? Could he be Ren? Could he be coming to kill it again? Could he be real? Could he be back? Could he be ripping up another track? Could it be nah? Can't be him. Could have been anybody. Nah, mate. I'm pretty sure that's not him. Could it be possibly, probably, honestly, I'm an mother, it's starting to bother me. Swallow my modesty, follow me down to the river and honor me. I'm an anomaly, I am an odyssey, climbing the property, ladder monopoly for the philosophy. No one is stopping me. Could it be? Vim, 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 that's the sound of a pacifist. Little misguided, turned to a masochist. Chilling with a chainsaw, chopping up your mattress. Forgive this blasphemous motherfucking masochist.
Body bag, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist. Body bag, zip, that's the catalyst. Take the curve of the earth and I flatten it. Time bomb, tick, boom, anarchist. Don't trip, I'm a motherfucking masochist.
Fire. Again, he's like one of those people where, like, when I listen to these songs for the first time, and like I said, in a lot of the cases, by the time that first hook comes by, I'm being honest here, guys. I'm not going to sit here and stan over Ren, even though I am a big super fan here. I'm not going to sit here and stan and be like, oh, every time I hear his chorus for the first time, I immediately think it's super fire. I feel like his music is a little deeper than that. Does that make sense? Where I'm not going to catch every single thing that first listen. Where sometimes it's going to take that second or third time where I'm like going to really truly appreciate how much fire it really was. And I say all that to say that we're at the point of the video where I'm going to say and be honest with you guys that the first time I heard the catalyst, the boom boom zip zip, there's the catalyst. The first time I heard that with like the covered up voice and all that kinds of shit, I was like, interesting. It's cool. It's cool. I don't love it, but it's cool. It's cool, right? By the time it came back to that, after the second verse played, and we came back to it the second time, I was like, fuck yeah. You know, that's the magic that he gives you, where it's that first time you hear it, that first time you hear that hook, you're kind of like intrigued. It's almost like you got a little nibble of the bait, but you didn't fully like bite onto it yet. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and stand and be like, oh yeah, I went full hook, you know, the first time. You know what I mean? I didn't. I nibbled. And I was like, oh, it tastes good. It tastes good. But by the time the second time it came around, I'm the fish on the hook, baby. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is exactly what I need. You know what I mean? That's the magic. That's what I'm saying. I had to say all that to say, it's been a few times now with his songs where it's like that first hook, first time you hear it, you're just kind of like, ooh, okay. Don't know how I feel about it. Song keeps going. Song keeps going. By the time we come back to that hook again, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, baby. This is exactly what this song needs. And then you're like, it all makes sense. Then every time you hear it after that, you're like, fuck yeah, this is the icing on the cake after that fucking verse. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. He's a magician. He's a magician. He's different in the lab, fam. He is different in the fucking lab. There's a handful of people out here in this world. And I say handful because let's think about it. In the whole great wide world, you can't hold a lot in your hand. You know what I mean? There's only so many you could really fool in here. And he's one of them ones, bro, where it's no matter what he does, no matter what it is, acoustic guitar song, a song with a beat. It's there was time and effort. This was never, we put this together in 24 hours, 48 hours. You know what I mean? We revisited. It is a complete thought every time. There's always a complete thought. It's never just like some fucking throwaway. Even like the only time you could even think about stuff like that is when he gives us like there's a little like 2-minute like I'm gonna just flow over some beat that's already out there. You know what I mean? Like when he did like the Nas remix, right? Where it's just like that I can see him putting together rather fast. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna put this together and I'm gonna just throw it out there versus like the creation side of something, right? Where I'm not to say he didn't create something in that moment, but I would say that like, you know, when it's like something like this versus something like that, there is a little bit of a difference, but there's so much more like, there's so much meticulousness, I think, in like his like original work this way. Does that make sense? Where there's a lyric video behind it and all that kinds of stuff too, right? Again, like I said, even with the Nas video, now I dug my hole with the Renegades. Dug a hole with the Renegades now. Where even with that Nas video, where, you know, I think once that was a one-take video. Again, like I said, there's just so many other things to admire of what happens when he does, no matter what he's doing, but it's always so meticulous. And like I said, when it comes to like the music side of it, there's always such a complete thought behind all of it. So it's very always thought-provoking, it's entertaining, and it's never boring. So I think that's what's, again, pretty damn awesome about the one known as Ren. You know what I mean? It's pretty powerful when you can just go by your first name, like your God-given name, your birth name, if you will, your birth name, and that's just it. You are Ren. But if anybody was to be the one, he is the one. I think that's all I got for this one, guys. Definitely want to appreciate you, Lita, again, for the request for Masochist today. Please, again, let me know in the comments what the next song that we should do from Ren is that I have not done yet. Y'all know. Y'all be knowing. Y'all be knowing out there in the world. Let me know which one I should do next in the comments. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody they love them. And if you haven't done the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.